Hi everybody. It's been a crazy week, as I'm sure it's been for you as well. I've had to reconfigure 4 courses for East Stroudsburg University from the formatting of being social dancing in person to social distancing online. So it's taken all of my efforts this week to recreate those courses online, and I've been sitting a lot and rounded over the computer a lot. So I'm going to do a flow this morning that's going to be a little bit of heart opening and quad opening, hip flexor opening. So I hope you can join me. So we'll come down on our mats. All you need is a strap. If you don't have a strap at home, grab a belt or a rope and tie it. We'll be using it as a hook for the ultimate goal of dancer's pose. So come down on your mat and we'll get started. Find a comfortable seat, and that can be in hero's pose or it can be cross-legged, and roll the shoulders back, tuck the chin in and down, close your eyes, let your elbows relax and soften. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. Shake out your jaw. And find a few breaths for yourself, in and out through your nose, getting very expansive in the rib cage, allowing everything to fill like a barrel, and then soften back into your midline. Inhale in, exhale out through the nose. As you go through this breathing pattern, go ahead and engage something called Ujjayi breath, which is victorious breath. You close the lips, separate the teeth, and bring the tongue to the tip of where the teeth and the roof of the mouth meet, so that you hear your breath louder than anything else in the room. It should sound like an ocean wave and should bring you some calm. And then we'll begin with some warming of the joints. So go ahead and roll the wrists in circles. Get some of the creaks out. It's Sunday morning here while I make this video, so it's lighter in the studio than when you typically come on Monday night. All that typing this week, lots of creaks. Take the palms of the hands and allow them to come down to the floor, and then lean your body back to stretch into the flexors of the forearms. If you can, keep that same rhythm, that victorious breath. In and out through the nose. And then place the tops of the palms on the floor. Lean the body back, stretching into the extensors of the forearm. Then we'll begin to roll the shoulders, big circles, up towards your ears and down. And reverse those circles, coming the other way. I purposely didn't use music so that you can hear my voice clearly. Go ahead and play some own quiet music that doesn't really have a beat in the background to bring your mind and your body into a calm place. Take the elbows, roll them up, out, and back. This is the action we're going to need when we go towards our dancer's pose later. And then reverse that direction, coming up and around and down. Bringing the arms out to the sides, lift the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale and relax. Give a little shake up and down, shake out the jaw. And then we'll come to all fours. Knees as wide as hips, shoulders over wrists, and we'll roll the ankles. Start to engage by pulling the belly button in towards the spine and pull up on the pelvic floor. We'll stretch the leg back behind us and then take a little lean into that heel to stretch up the back side of the calf. And then do the same thing on the other side, reversing sides. Little pulse in and out of that calf. We'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. So placing the tops of the feet into the floor, round the back, push the mat away, separate the shoulders, tuck the chin. And then tuck the toes under, send the hips back, let the collarbones pull through, let the belly drop, lift the chin. Inhale on the cow, exhale on the cat. A few more rounds. Take one arm, lift it tall, and then thread the needle. Bring the hand through between the knee and the wrist, bringing the shoulder to the floor, allowing the side of the face to rest on the mat, and then taking the hand that's bracing the body and walking the fingers forward, coming up on the finger pads, and taking a stretch across the back body into the shoulder blade. Bring the hand back under, next to the face, and unwind. One more round of that cat-cow before we reverse sides. And then we'll take the other side. Lift the arm. Exhale, thread it through. Between that space on the floor, let the shoulder come down. Use the finger pads to continue to push, to allow further opening. Bring the hand next to the face, unwind, and we'll tuck the toes under and push up towards downward dog. Lifting the knees off the mat, push the weight into the heels, and stutter step the feet. Drop the heels, push the hips back, and then bring the ears between the shoulders. Ears between the biceps. Walk the feet into the hands. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Place the hands to the tops of the thighs, roll the body up, roll the shoulders back. Take a deep inhale in, and sigh out. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, and then go ahead and place the palms together. Bring the thumbs to the nape of the neck. Lift the heart and chest. And come back to the center. Hook opposite elbows. And then lift the body tall, lean over to one side. Send that hip out. And then lift the torso. Rise up. See if you can reverse the grip on the elbows. Lift tall and then up and over. Feels so good to get in that side waist that's been all jammed up all week. Good, release. Fingertips to the small of the back. Lift the heart and chest. And release. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Step the feet back to plank. And lower down all the way to the earth. Unfurl the toes. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. And take a little cobra here. Drag the fingertips back, lift the chest tall, long neck, shoulders down away from the ears. Option to lift up onto the forearms, a little deeper. If it's too deep in the low back, you can take it back down as we warm up. Bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, push back to puppy pose. Hips are high, forehead is low, coming up on finger pads. Coming forward to plank and up to down dog. Walk the feet into the hands. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Sweep around and up. Exhale, release. Lift one heel up towards your glutes and hold on for a quad stretch. You can also grab with the other hand. Think about bringing the knee internally in towards the other knee, the standing leg. Pull up tall, so you want to get long in the chest. And if you're wobbling, go ahead and place your hand on a wall. Pull your heel towards your glutes, lift the chest tall. Standing quad stretch. And release. And reverse sides. Take the other side. Find the stability and balance in that bottom leg. Draw the knee in. Pull the heel towards the glutes. Wrap and then lift the chest tall. You're doing great. And release. Inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Step back, plank. Lower all the way through chaturanga, up to up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. A few breaths here. You can walk the toes in slightly, push back, ears between elbows. You can work to bend and straighten the knees a few times. And then come down to all fours. Placing the hand under the chin, sending the leg back behind you, rotate to the pinky toe side of your foot, open for that gate pose. This modified side plank. We'll have a little balancing action here. We will reach for the toe, and then send the foot into the hand as you open across your heart and chest, arching in the back. Release and reverse. I'm going to flip sides so you can see the other side as well. We start by sending the leg back, hand under the face, opening through the heart and chest, lifting that back leg, reaching with our hand to grab the foot. If that doesn't happen easily, you can use your strap to grab on. Once you grab, start to bow the back, arch the back, lift the sternum towards the ceiling, push your foot into your hand, begin to arch. A little balance, it's a little tricky. And release. Good, come back onto the toes, tuck the toes for a stretch across the base of the arch. And let's work this action. Shoulder forward, up, and back. Forward, up, and back. Taking the same thing on the other side. So the elbow leads up through the tricep stretch as far as it can go, then it comes out to the side and rolls around. Nice. Coming back to all fours, release the feet, give them a few rolls. Place the tops of the feet on the floor, and then push into the tops of the feet to stretch the front of the shin. If you don't go as high, that's okay, or if you want to do 1 foot at a time, tuck one side, toes under, one side, top of the foot. And then switch if you're doing the one-sided option. Good, we'll bring the one leg forward. I'm trying not to say right or left, so you don't get confused. Just make sure you do both sides. Lean into those hip flexors. Come up on top, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest open. Send the arms up in Anjaneyasana. Lift. Same arm as leg will come back behind you. Opposite arm will reach for your back, like you're patting yourself on the back. Lift the elbow. Option to take that back arm, hold the front elbow, and lift taller. Release. Bring the hands down, tuck the back toes under, straighten the knee, come through to your plank, take your flow. Place the knees on the floor. I'm just spinning around to do the opposite side. You guys can stay where you are. Drop the knees and bring the leg through for your lunge. Coming up on front of that top thigh. Lifting the arms, sending the chest high, sending the legs low. Reaching same arm as leg back. And then bending the top hand. Pat yourself on the back. It's been a tough week and you've done it. Lift. Option to grab opposite elbow. Lift even more. Release. Come back to all fours. And take your flow. Send the legs back. Take your chaturanga. Lift to up dog. Back to down dog. Send the right leg high, or whichever leg. Bring your nose to your knee. Step your foot through. Cartwheel up to your high lunge. Your warrior one. Back heel is down. Knee tracks between the second and third toe. Open to warrior two. Rotate hips, shoulders, arms. Rotate the front thigh, arm. Lift up and back as you sink. Come through for that long side angle. Rotate, push down with your forearm to lift the heart and chest. Back to your warrior two. Straighten your front knee. And then we'll take a lean forward if you have anything. If you have a block, a can of chips, it doesn't matter what it is, something to lean on. Could be your coffee table. We'll take our half moon variation. So we'll reach forward, come down to balance, and then lift for that half moon. Belly in, chest lifted. Option here if you want, it's a little tougher, is to take archer. Grab the foot, lift the chest. Release. Back up for that warrior two. Cartwheel on down. Take your flow. Your flow could totally be child's pose if you need a little break here. It could also be a full vinyasa, you decide. Coming back up. Again, I'll rotate. You guys can stay where you are. To that downward dog. Lift the back leg. Bring the knee into the chest. Step the foot through the hands. And then rotate the back heel, rising up for that Virabhadrasana A or Warrior One. Think of rotating, hip towards the front, the leg that's front, that hip comes back towards your chest. Rotate open, taking your Warrior Two stance. Knee between your second and third toe, hips, shoulders, length. Rotate, up and back, and then over for that side angle. Really stay low in that front leg as you open the chest. Then, again, if you need the support, go ahead and grab your strap for your foot, grab your chips or something to lean on over here, and we'll take our half moon. So from your warrior two, leaning, touch down, lift, rotate. Option to connect. Lift the chest tall. Release. Back to your warrior two. Cartwheel on down. Take your flow. Walk it up. And come to stand. We have our pinnacle pose, our dancer's pose. So take your belt or your strap and make a larger loop. Come to a wall or a surface that you can hold on to. I'm going to reach my foot into the strap and then do that action of rolling out, and then that elbow comes up, back, and around. Staying here into the stretch, or grabbing both hands, lifting the toe, lifting the elbows, arching the chest. other side. And this really opens that whole front body line that's been so closed this week. So again, wrapping the foot like I'm putting on a backpack, opening the elbow stays close to the body, opening the hand out to the side, hooking over my shoulder. Then that action of up, back, and around. It's okay if you're struggling a little. I'm breathing heavy. It's all good, right? You want to find that place of like a little bit of invigoration without any extremes on either side. It shouldn't be like acute pain. It should be maybe a little bit uncomfortable. Put your strap down and come on down onto your mat. Doing a lot of back bending can really invigorate you, kind of like having a cup of coffee, right? It just puts a little bit of a blood release into the kidneys because you're contracting and squeezing off the blood supply and then releasing it, so it's a little bit of a flush. So we like to take the body down by doing some forward folds and twists to counteract that. So we'll start out with a nice twist. Let's bring one leg into the body, and it can be slightly away from the opposite knee, and then let your body lean back to clear all the adipose tissue across the midline, and then bring the knee in towards the other leg as you come up to wrap. Bringing the elbow across, hand to thigh. Use your back arm as a fulcrum point to roll the shoulder back, lift the chest tall. Send energy out the straight leg. With each breath cycle, see if you can get a little deeper. A little bit more twist. Unwind from the twist and bring the instep of the foot to the inside of the thigh. Or you could place the foot on top of the thigh, making sure that you have that flexion point, that dorsiflexion, so you don't put undue stress on the ankle joint. Lift tall in the chest, send the sitting bones back, and then allow the chest to fold forward. Nice, beautiful deep breaths. Let your body come down. And release. We'll bring the other leg in. So, bringing the leg in, heel towards the glutes, with a little bit of space so that you can clear that femur bone through the acetabulum. We lean back, bring the knee in towards the midline as we restack. Wrap, and then roll the shoulder open. Shoulder down, chest lifted. Big, tall spine, nice and long. Add the chin into the equation. Energy out the straight leg, through the heel. Bring the foot either to the instep or cross it over the top, letting the knee open at the hip, adjusting those sitting bones to be back behind you so you're forward of the ischial tuberosity points, so you're not tucked under, but you're Booty back. Lift the chest, and then allow the body to come forward. Send length across the collarbones, and then allow the fold. Place your feet flat on the floor, and then roll your body down to the mat. Carry the knees into the chest, and then let the knees fall to one side. Extend the top leg, and extend the opposite arm as leg. If the shoulder comes up, just allow it to relax, and maybe you roll back towards it and your foot comes up. And then maybe you let the toe drop and the shoulder comes up. Just kind of let a little rock happen in that side chain of the body until you settle into a place that feels good to hold the stretch. Carry the legs back to the center, and just windshield wiper the knees side to side. We're still in our spring cleaning series, and I know this week has been insane. I'm really proud of you all for getting through it. I have learned leaps and bounds about technology, and this is my first video, so thanks for letting me share it with you. Let your knees fall over to the other side, and then extend that top leg. Allow the shoulder to come up, and then allow it to rest and drop. And take that little wave-like action through the torso. Let it settle. It's so important to take these mind-body breaks in your day. Connect in. Hear the sound of your breath. Feel the movement of your body. And just be grateful for it. Come back to the center, and then allow the legs to come out. Allow the palms to be upright. And then you can take your Shavasana. Stay as long as you need in this nice, open position to just reflect and let go. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this, and I look forward to doing more. Namaste.